Yeah, what's up everybody? I'm Turtle here. Happy New Year's everybody. I hope everyone had an excellent year and I hope 2013 has some great memories to bring you guys. And this video is going to be kind of my game plan for what I want to do with this channel in 2013. But for a second, let me talk about what's on the screen right now. I got 99 Herblore and I bought the cape. I wanted to record myself buying the cape, but my bank pin popped up, so I had to stop recording right there. And the emote that you see is the first Herblore cape emote that I did. So it's pretty awesome stuff right there. And 97 to 99 Herblore actually costed me like 46 mil. It was pretty ridiculous. And I was pretty upset with what my bank is right now. I pretty much have nothing. But aside from the point, onto the main portion of the video. In 2012, I got about 500 subscribers. I have 495 right now. And I got my Machinima partnership, which is completely awesome. And I hope to gain a lot more subscribers this year, a lot more video views, a lot more followers, and all that kind of fun stuff. And I really hope to bump up the activity on this channel. I want to provide a lot more videos, and I don't want to space them out as much as I have been. Every now and then I kind of stop making videos for like a week, and then I produce some more, and I want to stop doing that. I really enjoy making these videos, and it's just that I need to dedicate more time to doing so that I can provide more for you guys, and there won't be that long gap in between videos anymore, hopefully. And the next thing is I want to provide more variety. I want to implement more games as soon as I get my new working computer. Hopefully it works this time. And I want to do some live streaming on YouTube, and that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to being able to live stream now that I'll have a good computer that can handle it. And RuneScape. What do I want to do with RuneScape? See, RuneScape right now is kind of going down a deep and dark hole. A lot of people have quit. All of my friends have quit except for one. And it's really boring to play with you when you don't have anybody to play with. Like, I can go PVM now, but I can only solo. And chances are when I'm soloing, I'm going to get crashed by someone with next gear and all this kind of stuff. And I don't have teams to go with. I'm in a clan that does PVM, but it's not the same as doing it with close friends that you know in real life and that kind of thing. And what else did I want to say? PvP. I was never really a big PvP fan. I did like the original WoW in like 2006, 2007. That was a lot of fun. But I was too low level to really get into it then. And now it's kind of like the wild is dead. Nobody's really in there anymore. And you can't really do much unless you have some crazy gear that you're willing to risk, and I'm just not willing to do that right now. And it's not as fun as it used to be for me. And the hardest part about it is that if you're not having fun with a game, you can't provide good content for that game. So when I make these guides, I try to be enthusiastic and try to have fun with them. But if the game is just something you're not enjoying at the time, it's really hard to do that. And I don't want to provide like fake content. I don't want to have to put on a happy face for you guys. I just want to be who I am, enjoy the game for what it is, and be able to do that. I don't want to have to fake anything or do anything like that. So the biggest question I have to ask for you guys is, what other games would you like to see on this channel? And because I'm pretty much open to all suggestions right now. I have no games set in my mind. I mean, some games that I have played recently are League of Legends and Minecraft, but there's tons of people playing Minecraft, and I don't know if you guys would be interested in me doing some Let's Plays or playthroughs or maps of that or whatever else you can do with Minecraft. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. There's like the Tekkit pack and well, I don't even know. There's all kinds of stuff. And if you guys have any game suggestions, just leave it in a comment below, and I will read all of them, consider all of them, and hopefully do them. One thing that I really like to do is I like to play retro games like Mario and Sonic and Banjo-Kazooie, if anybody even remembers these games, but they're not really that big on YouTube, so I don't know how many people would actually watch them, but the chances are that I'm not going to do them because they're just not going to get views unless you guys really want me to do those kind of games, and that would be pretty cool. But a lot of people don't even know what those kind of games are anymore, so it's a little out of date if I do say so myself. But any other games you guys want me to play, maybe I don't know about it, just leave it in a comment. I'm going to read them all, and that's pretty much the game plan. I want to provide more videos and a larger variety of content. And I don't know how much longer I'll be making RuneScape videos, because the game, like Jagex really messed up with the EOC, and recently they have really messed up, and I guess I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I wasn't planning on talking about what I think about how they should handle it, but I guess I will. I'll give you guys my opinion, but I think that they kind of got carried away with higher level content. Instead of appealing more to the game itself, they were appealing to higher level players. They were releasing new bosses, new things, and the problem is that there's only 3 things you can do in RuneScape. You can range, mage, and range, or range, mage, and melee, derp. But those are the 3 things you can do, and there's not that many items that you can really release with that. I mean, say the one boss drops this item, and then once you have like that general set for melee that's just the best, anything that gets released is either going to have to top that, or the boss or content is going to kind of be useless and not something that people really do anymore. Like right now, God Wars, the God Wars when it first was released was a great update. It was probably one of the best ones that Jagex ever had, and all kinds of people were doing it. People were going in teams, people were soloing, and there was just a lot of things you could do with it. And then they released the next, which kind of all in one took all the God Wars pieces and made them not as good as they were. And now it's just, if you don't have next gear, you don't have the best gear. And now they did player owned ports, and there's even better gear for that. So it's kind of like anything they do is just kind of destroying the previous update that they made. And I think they need to find a way to fix that. I think they need to, from now on, when they release content, make sure that they keep tending to that content and make sure it is still something that people will go to even when they release something new, and that is still something that people are able to do. And one thing that I would really like to see is something like that you can go into a group or alone as an instance, like a separate area that nobody else can enter. Like if you go and do the fight caves right now, you're the only person in that fight caves and nobody else can come in and help you, and you have to kill Jad alone. If they could do that for God Wars and stuff like that, and it would give lower levels and teams a greater chance instead of just being crashed by like these people with steel titans and nonsense like that. They really need to tend to everyone as a whole instead of just higher level content and pumping out stuff like that. And like the Queen Black Dragon was a really good update, but the items that it releases or drops, just they aren't good, so it's not as viable of a activity to do. And they need to keep up with these items and these updates that they're doing instead of just trashing them. And like King Black Dragon, for example, nobody goes to that anymore. It's useless, and they recently added drops to that aren't even good. So it's just a worthless update. They need to change something. They need to make some big change. And unless they can really turn this game around somehow, like they hit the peak and now they're kind of going down, unless they can get back up to that peak again, I really think this game is going to go downhill, and it's not going to keep my attention for much longer unless I can see some notable improvements and Jagex actually making efforts to change what they did. And I think the biggest problem is that they don't want to admit that the EOC was probably just a big giant fail. And the action bar is what made RuneScape different from other RPG games. Like World of Warcraft has an action bar, Diablo has an action bar. All these games have action bars, and RuneScape was always the one that did not have an action bar. And that's what kind of separated it. It's what made RuneScape RuneScape. And now that it's just like every other one, it's not up the par, and it doesn't work well with the game. And especially because it's a click to play game. Like World of Warcraft and Diablo, you can use the keyboard to move around, and RuneScape you have to click, and it just doesn't flow. It's like trying to play a real-time strategy game inside an RPG, and it doesn't really work. It doesn't work with the game. I think the action bar was a mistake to add. And I really think if they just changed how their servers worked and changed some things in the game, they could have really made the old system something that really stood out and was really something that people were attracted to. But I think I've rambled on for too much. Happy New Year, guys. Remember to put a comment for a game that you want me to play and do some videos of. Any kind of game there is. It doesn't matter what game it is, just let me know. And also, let me know how you feel about the current state of RuneScape. And just let me know, you know? Peace out, guys.